vibration of anger, of confrontation, of conflict. This is their tactic. This is always their goal. They use the gaslighting, the false accusations. So we have to be attentive to this and watch what are they doing, how are they affecting our vibration, are we playing into it? So I'm not afraid, I'm not going to be afraid of my own home with these people.
You're live?
I'm going to do my best to stay in that vibration of compassion, even though it is quite difficult, because these people are an example of the extreme level of where this government is trying to take people with their psychological operations. They want to pull on society into this level of vile hatred and rage against each other. This is where they want to bring people, so they're just an example of it. Fortunately, they're very small. They're very small. There's not even a dozen of these people. And so, another thing I just want to say, every time they try to attack us, they always do it very poorly. When you work on such a low vibration, they always make mistakes. They shoot themselves in the foot. And so what this has forced me to do is I actually had to walk around my neighborhood and knock on people's doors and talk to people to get evidence, to get witnesses.
He's a good man.
I don't really actually know anybody in my neighborhood, so I was talking to these people for the first time, and everybody I talked to said, they felt disgusted when they saw this. What is this garbage? Everyone threw it away. So, it actually, there you go, it benefited me. I got to know a few of my neighbors now. They're starting to be aware of what's going on. So everything they do, it always benefits us in some way. You can always find a way to use it to your advantage and ask, what is this testing us for? So thank you for that, and I'll update it once we get the case down. I'm hoping we can catch these people and press charges. So our first speaker we have up today, she's been a very integral part of this rally as well for a very long time. So please welcome Adele.
Hello everyone. I want to say thank you everyone.
We're just here talking to people, but it's the best thing to do is just be on the ground, grassroots, talking and seeing what people have to say. But a lot of people are fed up.
And say thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Yeah, check it out, sir. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not a... Rio, can you hold it? You don't mind, eh? We'll just keep going.
Thank you so much for all of that. It means so much to me, and I know it means so much to so many of us here. Some of us who've only been able to come for the last few weeks, brand new people, whatever. It's just so important to be sharing and to I just thank you so much for being here. Do any of you know who Dr. Daniel Amen is? Have you heard of him? Yeah, you can. Dr. Daniel Amen is a psychiatrist, and he says psychiatrists are the only doctors that don't actually look at the organ that they treat. So he does something called SPECT imaging, and they study the brain. And he was approached not too long ago to study the brain manifesting, expressing different emotions. And this was really interesting. When the brain lights up, it's using, in the imaging process, it's using more of that part of the brain that is in use. So they inject with a particular dye, and they can analyze it during different emotion expression. The number one, the highest or the most use of the brain occurs not during joy, not during compassion, not during happiness, not during anger, not during any other emotion, but the expression of gratitude. The brain lights up when you express gratitude, like no other emotion. I just want to say thank you to everyone. There are so many people who do things on their own behind the scenes to contribute to letting other people know what's happening in the world, to sharing that we're actually here to encouraging people that there's a place to come and be with others of like mind. There's people who have created their own flyers and print them and deliver them and hand them out. There's people who deliver the flyers from the freedom agencies that are already the flyers are accessible to us. There's people who hand out the publications. I went to a Jason Penny event last night at the Industry Center, and I came back to my car. This was on my windshield.
Hey guys.
So they were there handing out those flyers, and these guys are definitely not committed to handing out these flyers. Before the event, they were handing out the Alberta Prosperity Project flyers for the events that took place later that day and that you can tie into. And I just want to thank them for that. The commitment is amazing. They travel around and do that at other events too. There's people who do lots of things on social media. There's people who create their own news station, news channels, their own YouTube channels, and share the rallies, share other events, interview people. Thank you for that. That's huge commitment, and that's very important for getting the word out. Lots of YouTube channels. Our whole entire, not just what we do on our own Facebook page, but there's people who do this and put it out on their own too. Thank you for doing that. There's people who create flyers for their own social group, their cultural group, and translate those things into their own language.
We got tons of people.
There's people who print and share stickers. Thank you for that. There's you guys are people who contribute their creative skills, and other people who come along and they join teams and start rallies and smaller in some of the other communities. Thank you for that. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for everything you've done. And some of those have been long running, like the Air 1 conference for a while, but tomorrow, right? There's coffee groups, there's support groups, there's people who teach each other how to get off the grid, how to get out of people your lives. Those are very important things. There's lots of opportunities to try and to connect and to be supported. Because there's more coming. We need to be just getting ready. And social groups. And that's always very important. And on that note, there's another group that came together creatively prepared a flyer. And this flyer has on it. So this flyer has on one side, it says, why do we keep rallying?
You like her
That's
content?
very important.
Well, we figured we got.
On the other side of the flyer,
For us, it's
Saturday
just
at
about
1
raising
p.m.
awareness.
Code here that goes to a
People,
link
then
tree
we
on
can
that
start
link
talking
tree.
about taking this
Where
from
we
the
are.
Yeah, until we get there.
I'm getting over the last couple of years, right? And it also has links.
They are. They don't like us. They
Calgary
went after me. They tried to throw me
and
out.
Telegram group. But the information of where we are is on there anyway. So even if you're not on Facebook or Telegram, when we change location, that will be on there on that. Now these flyers, I'm grateful for the people who put these together and the people who donated to this.
No, I'm with him.
And they're over here beside the stage. So so left at the moment. What I do is when you're on the block, if we're getting some positive feedback from people. Okay. You want some information? So where we need
Oh,
to
he's
fly.
been
Is that at the weekday?
maybe scanning.
Two weekday protests that happened on Monday.
Oh, why? What's wrong?
I'm not sure. She doesn't like this.
Permission to National Citizens Alliance.
Oh, sure. It's a card. We're based on the Calgary.
To share the story.
100% grassroots, and we're focused on these big issues, trying to raise them. Because so many people are still asleep. Right?
If you want some of these,
So we're
if you want
fighting
to share
this
those,
globalism
they're up here in
that
the
we're
front.
doing.
I'm also grateful to the rally crew, to the team who rents the speakers, hauls them, installs them, and takes them home every week. It's a lot of work. And I just wanted to all of you for your participation and for those of you who continue to look for ways to help and to reach out to others and just show love and connect with each other.
Thanks, Adele. Okay, we got Sheldon who's going to come up next. Let's hear it for Sheldon.
We have a lot of people.
My first time over downtown city center.
One of my friends over there.
A lot of us out there sharing information. Oh, I see. So,
Hello, Kelsey.
Hi, how are you?
This is my friend from National Citizens Alliance.
Good.
Yeah, how you doing? What's your name?
Nick.
Nick, here's our card. I think we're
I can make it possible. You look at all the data on a day-to-day basis, it looks the same.
yeah, grassroots, 100% grassroots. Is that a bad thing? Or?
Well, when you work within the system, of course, you're going to get infiltrated. I hope you realize that.
All right, we're not infiltrated.
Well, I'm not saying you are, but watch out that you don't get infiltrated because they will come after you. Guarantee.
They've already tried it once. They infiltrated one of our candidates.
No, it won't stop them. So just be aware of that. It is the issue.
What's really going on inside of Canada?
Anyway, thank you for the call.
What I focus on is the information that's readily available and has been made readily available. At the same time, what to do. The next is looking at what that's what I focus on, and that's a little bit about what I'm going to share. So, behind, but it's also going to be shared on the Facebook site. So you can actually see all the information that we for the last month. So it's got a link to my Substack that you regularly on a regular basis. And I try to keep current with so I'm managing what I'm going to start off with is we do have a lot of here. We're at December 2020. Now I finally caught up and well, out of 20, so they were shutting down. Shutting down for 20 days.
No, it works out. So, I've been kind of talking to the union a bunch, and, they've been saying that they're expecting to get a decision on this pretty quick. This final argument is almost like 3 weeks ago, right? So,
what's your case?
Well, I joined the Business National Grievance.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. So they submitted the national grievance like 6 months ago. And basically as soon as they heard that the mandate was coming down, and then it went to arbitration. That was like late October or November. But then the arbitrator didn't rule on it. They just gave kind of a neutral ruling saying that they didn't have enough information or whatever, blah blah blah, to make a proper decision. So then it went up to the federal courts, and that's where it still is. So for 5 months they've been going through. It's possible. Yeah, so I submitted my own grievance to be added to it. Yeah. And I've been kind of talking to the union. They said that it looks pretty good. It sounds like it's pretty favorable for us, because like right towards the end of it, lawyers dropped 7 pages of this like word salad. Here's 700 pages of evidence, right? And they introduced this word at the last minute to try to just like buy time and throw a kind of thing. Yeah, so it was kind of taken to show weakness. Yeah, we'll see. So I'm holding out. I just I put in a transfer to Calgary, and it's just going through like right now. I'm expecting to get word on it next week. So I'm happy to Sure, it's like I said, I'm moving like 4 weeks. But I don't have the address yet, so well, I have your phone number. I'll text you.
Yeah, I can get it down.
Yeah, that could work. I mean, I can give you my phone number right now, but I don't have an address.
So when do we put mine? I'll get it in the mail now. You ever heard of Hydra?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Let me know how it goes. Give me your number. I want to hear how it goes with your grievance.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you're a
Really? Probably. Well, there's a lot of guys, right? Oh, wow. Because of the hay?
Yeah, he's out with
A lot of people, I mean, there have been people who have been off, without pay for 5, 6 months now, right? So I'm pretty grateful that I was able to string it out for
It's
as long
amazing
as I did. Yeah, I know, because they didn't, I just kept jerking around. Like, you want to play dirty with me?
We'll pin my address. I think that's the best thing, right? And I'll just forward it to you. I'll have to get your
Yeah. So, does this make me a member of the
No,
party?
you would be a non-voting member.
Yeah.
It means your involvement would be 100% up to you.
Right, okay. Does it,
If you're a paid member, it's different.
yeah. But you can still, because, okay.
Because we have that in our constitution. We distinguish different types of rights, remember?
Yeah, okay. So I can still buy a membership.
May we use this country to compromise patients with COVID-19? That was the first of the requirements. And if they stop there,
We allow that because we can't vote on our policy. But we don't want people being paid members. But as a non-voting member, I have no impact on it.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, unless you have another address, like your parents, they could mail it to you. And this is my address, right?
And like I said, I already have it.
Right now, it's who you're voting against. Majority of the friends.
Yeah, text me, make sure so I can forward it to you.
Okay.
See, that's what I'll do. I'll just put my name address. That way, when they send it out.
And the next election could be
T2K, I can't even remember. That's what we'll do it. It'll just come to me.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
And then I'll forward it to your friend. You gotta read it. It's about it.
Oh, it really is, man. What's your opinion on that?
There's nothing. You just keep bringing it for dad.
committed to building
You know what happens? Every 4 years they come around and they try and
70%
say
of me
they
likes him, 40% says I don't know.
See, the best indicator of future performance is
Look at this guy.
I'll check him out.
people get
I wonder
something
if
because they come around and they start saying the things you want to hear. But to me, what clarified that guy was his stance on Russia and Ukraine. He was a warmonger like Trudeau. He would put us in a war. And I don't know if you understand Russia-Ukraine. It's a major geopolitical battle. Ukraine's being used as a proxy. And all he's doing is copying Trudeau, saying we should escalate. This is our time to stand up to the Russians, right? All the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So he's full of shit.
He might just be pandering to the public opinion.
I don't
too.
give a shit.
Yeah.
He's not honest. So we don't. That just shows what he would do. But the best indicator of these conservatives, look at Australia. And remember, the so-called conservatives, they were crying Trudeau wasn't getting the vaccine. If you want to look at the conservatives, look at Australia. know, people get sucked in. That's why we're here where we are. Every 4 minutes they get sucked in. They come around and they tell you what they think you want to hear. And then once they're elected, they go in and do whatever they want. Right? Yeah. Because they're run. The big picture. They're run. They're public. All these politicians are there. Right? They're run by huge financial institutions. Right? So he's full of shit. He's full of shit. I see right there. I'm not going to get sucked in. The best thing we can do, and I've been telling people this, do not support those entities in any way. With your vote, with your donation, with your views, and they will go away. If Canadians would do that, we wouldn't be dealing with these issues. Why give life to something that's harming you? Right? Think about it.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't make sense. It's insane what's going on.
No, it doesn't.
People are supporting what's harming them. Right?
Yeah.
And then
They're drinking the Kool-Aid.
and then there's organizations like NCA, and it's like, you know what I mean?
They don't even attack us. They pretend we don't exist.
And when they do attack us, it's complete nullification. So, but that's my message to everyone right now. Janet, is why support what's harming you? Think about it. Let it wither and die. Stop donating. Stop. They will go away. Right?
Yeah, sure.
That is the best approach. That's the best approach. Right? So we're just raising awareness.
What?
Because it's huge.
We need signatures for the NCA.
Think about it.
Oh, okay.
But don't forget to text me, eh?
I'm here with NCA.
You're here with NCA. How's it going? Yeah. How you doing, bud? Good. Do you have any questions? Or?
No, I'm just walking around. I'm with freedom for the Calgary. Awesome. Yeah, so just here on the weekend, covering the weekend, and seeing who's all here.
Yeah.
So if you have something to say.
No, but we need to be talking about solutions.
Okay.
A lot of people, you know, they go on about the dab and lockdown, but let's talk about concrete solutions that will help people. Because we're dealing with severe economic situation right now. We're growing inflation. There's potential for food shortages, right? Yeah. Devaluation of the dollar. How are people going to deal with that?
It's going to be tough.
So we got to provide, help support people with that.
The people hand up.
And what are you going to do with your money? You have it in your bank account, they could seize it, or it could get devalued. You're going to have nothing.
Yeah.
So what we're recommending, this isn't financial advice, but maybe consider hard assets to protect your wealth.
Yeah.
Right? That's all I can say. But we need to focus on solutions to help people. Otherwise, just ranting about the same things is not helping.
You're not going to do anything. Yeah, you got to get more action and
we need solutions, right? And my message to everyone too, and this is core, and we've been at this for a while, right? What people need to do is stop supporting these entities, the so-called Conservative Party, the Liberal Party, the NDP, the multi-control parties, because they're harming you. Why support what's harming you? Don't give them views, don't give them your money, don't give them your vote. If enough people did that, they would wither and die.
They'd be gone.
That's the solution. And why wouldn't we support NCA? Right? We're doing the reverse. Look, there's a car.
She's fighting for the people every day,
All the
every chance she
petitions.
gets, and including as the lead plaintiff in the province of Alberta.
Excuse me.
You see that, eh? So, that's all people need to do. Stop supporting them. The problem is these crooked establishment public politicians come around every 4 years and they tell people what they think they want to hear and they don't connect.
Because there are so
And
many
then the
people
insanity
still sleeping, they don't even know that they're dead
Stop.
in the prison colony.
Don't give them anything.
And in fact, every one of you here today,
No views, no money,
you show up for the
no
front line
vote.
right here every weekend and stand
And like I
beside your
said,
freedom-loving
enough
patriots
Canadians
to
across
defend
this
our
country
freedom.
did
So
that.
thank you all for
There
Now, taking on the corrupt system is no easy task.
Right?
It takes strategy, it takes determination.
Hello there.
Hey, bud, can I show a card?
Here today to speak to us is our lawyer, Jeffrey Rapp.
National Citizens Rights. It's based out of Calgary.
A man that I have had the privilege to work with and witness a real modern-day Alberta hero in action. He has been working tirelessly with almost no financial support and truly representing the people's interests. He's fearlessly challenging the corrupt establishment on our behalf. If you'd like to donate to his litigation trust, you can find a link to it on our website. He's going to share with you some of his thoughts on the current situation in Alberta, his efforts to hold the government to account, asking each other real questions that we want answers to, and some of other topics on his mind I can't wait to hear about. So please join me in giving Mr. Jeffrey Rapp a warm welcome. Thank you, Jeffrey. Especially big thank you for everything that you've done.
Well, I have to say, this is really humbling.
I appreciate it.
Thank you all very much. One of the main reasons I wanted to come here today was actually to express my gratitude and the gratitude of my family for all of you. As all of you know, we've been living under a terrorist government and a terrorist state for the last 2 years, right? So for all of you to have the courage to go out every weekend and stand up and let your voices be heard and let the terrorist governments that are dictating to us know that you're here and know that freedom matters is important to all of us. This is going back to last summer, prior to that last genocide. We have the Canadian Armed Forces turn on Canadian citizens.
I got Germans in my right now. This is 2.0.
Canadian Armed Forces to assist in advance of the last election. This is the country that we live in now, and it's not a country that any of us are very happy about. We have been lied to from day one. We have been misled from start to finish. Our media has failed us from start to finish, our mainstream media, who are nothing but propaganda arms of the Trudeau government that have been bought and paid for from the outset, of this public health mismanagement crisis that we've all been living through. And that's how I've looked at this from day one. I grew up, as some of you may know from watching the podcast that I recently with Lady Gray, in a public health family. My father was an epidemiologist. So from the outset, when all of this started, of course, my wife was very anxious, our family was very anxious. I pulled out my calculator and quickly started doing calculations. And I said, hon, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't really think that this is a pandemic or a crisis. The global mortality rate is 0.004%. Doesn't look much worse than a bad flu season. I don't know what the hell is going on. It sure doesn't seem like it's anything as serious as they're making it out to be.
Because they have rubles
This is what we've been living
they're going
under from
away
day one. And then on top of that, I had a personal sort of run-in with our state-sponsored media or Coast Media at that time. Calgary Herald.
Yeah.
In the middle of all this, back in November 2020,
Now you buy
mother
our
died
commodities.
of a good old-fashioned bout of pneumonia at the age of 96. So my mom
I'll go back to it.
Public health family, that was the way we were brought up. We were trying to deal with all of this as much as possible. So in writing my obituary, I wrote in my bed that it would have offended Gilda's sensibility to have died from a Chinese cold bug in the middle of a phony public health crisis, right?
You will get a
The
letter to
Calgary
say
Herald ended my mother's obituary. In November of 2020, I couldn't even pay $5,000 of my own money to make fun of a phony public health crisis. So, that really underlined to me that there was something seriously wrong with what was going on in this province. So, enter Rebecca. Anyway, in and around that same period of time, I was retained by Rebecca with regard to the abuse that she was suffering at the hands of Dina Hinshaw, and Jason Kenney, and the medical dictatorship that had taken over our province. And of course, in Rebecca's case, she runs a business that supports her family. Has never had one contact trace case of COVID.
You know, let's see, because they're, nope, these people I don't know, but they're,
From Calgary, northwest. Okay. From Calgary, southeast. Oh yeah. Nice. So sure. All the globals in the jungle, right? Which is getting. You see the central banking, right? That's at the center of what's going on. Right? Then you got big pharma, right? We know all about that, what they're up to, right? And then they're attacking our freedom, our liberty, right? This is through the Great Reset, this digitalization, and it's incremental steps. We're kind of like frogs in the water that's getting boiled.
It's like they got us to use apps for the restaurants.
Yeah, do they? So they're conditioning you for what's coming, right? We're going to be okay, but it's this young kid. When he's older, what kind of future is he going to have, right? So, what we do at NCA is we try to raise awareness. Because unless we raise awareness, how are you going to fight it, right? Because most people, I'm going to be honest, are not informed. Even I talk to people here, and there's a percentage that aren't even informed here, right? And then you get infiltrated, right? And then leads to this year, every 3 years we have to do this. What about you? It just allows us to exist. You have to be you have to be 18 or 15. What about you? But check this out. There's a lot of multi-controlled opposition. And the best way to identify them is not so much what they think, or what they're why wouldn't they talk about it? Based on Calgary, NCA,
National Citizens.
yeah.
Where are the guys?
Yeah, well, they don't want you to know about us.
Are you on the ballot? Yeah. Are you a candidate?
Yeah. Not now, there's no election.
No, I know. Which riding would you be in?
Depends where. I can go in anywhere.
Which ones have you done?
I've gone in last election. We didn't have debates or right?
Yeah. That's what Trudeau's doing.
Well, it's not just Trudeau.
No,
It's
no,
well
well,
beyond that.
it's well.
Harper set the table.
Started way back in 1870s with the signing of the treaties, and I'm a PhD student too. So I just got this idiot just rolled down his window, called me stupid. I said, I'm not stupid. Wake up, look at what? And he just kept going like to something like get out of my country, I say, no, you get out of my country. You get out of our country. You're the stupid one. Wake up. And then he took off.
Yeah, it's just to know people like that. They're trying. You don't want to divide, right? At the end of the day, we all have to work together to fight these issues, right? So it's unfortunate. He's obviously got a reaction from you.
Well, he's an indoctrinated.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of people, and it's on so many levels. So it is what it is.
There's two papers in there. And Custer and the other.
Would you like to talk to later?
I know. It's hard in this day and age to do that. Yeah. The problem is that I'm giving up with here. All he does is
He's friends with Bill Gates.
He's a globalist. And he supports the Russian-Ukraine war.
I'm just going to move over to the People's
Yeah,
Party.
sorry, yeah. And Bernie is a globalist, but good luck.
You know, there's a picture
Yeah,
of Pierre
see,
right
that's the
next to
problem
Bill
right
Gates.
there. See the problem?
Is, you know,
Yeah.
Pierre made an excellent speech and he's well spoken, but he took a picture right next to Bill Gates.
Yeah.
stress test our financial
You already gave me one.
I did.
So we get a
signature.
Yeah, that's the one you gave me. Could we get a signature from you?
No.
For NCA.
Even here.
Oh, you were over there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm pretty, I know exactly what you're saying.
Would you help us with this?
What's that?
We need 250 people just to maintain our registration.
Oh, yeah, sure, man.
And they'll send you a confirmation, say, did you sign this? That's all we're asking. You won't hear from us unless you want to hear from us. Thank you, sir. Check this out too. You'll see we're doing good work. April 23rd. You see, we saw an example of what we're facing. Right?
Yes.
He's
delusional. He wasn't thinking
completely delusional. He's sucked in by the rhetoric, right?
Yes.
And it's just perpetuating what we have.
And even when you see the evidence.
See, that's our message to people. Don't support what's harming you. Thank you.
You should post a picture of Pierre right beside
I don't even want to give the guy attention.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, but it's like...
Yeah, we're gonna shut it down, but anyways, this is grassroots, and that's all I can say. But you're starting to get an idea how people think on the ground, so it is what it is. I'm just looking at these comments. Good to see you, Kelly. Thank you. Don't waste a moment on these dumb. I agree with you, but this is a requirement of us. We have to do this every 3 years, so it is what it is. We have to jump through the hoops. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my time on those people. You just got to move on, and it is what it is. Thank you very much, sir. But we'll check in later with everyone.